Hello, hello. Sorry for the silence, just chilling there on my phone. There ain't really much to do. Alright, still chilling here. I'll load up chat in just a second. Alright, just gonna load up chat now. Chat is up. Yeah, I've just put it in your chat, Kevin, but don't let Koski know his stream's quiet as hell, man. I tuned in on YouTube, just to clown on him for using YouTube instead of Twitch. I couldn't hear anything, it's so quiet. Audio janky as hell. Yeah, it was good, it was good. We're just vibing today. Hey boy. Last round on this game in this division. As stated before, I'll be doing Div 3 comms. Taking shit. Okay. Fair. No, gotta respect it. Gotta be in the Zen mindset, you know? Yeah, decent prospect for today for a farm race. Both titles wrapped up for Red Bull. Exactly. Someone in chat saying get that bit lighter. Problem is when you're in a homologated weight homologated championship where you got to be in weight classes and you barely scrape the weight class and you need to go. That's when you're in trouble. I've done that before. That's when you're in trouble because you go and then if you were to win, which of course I didn't. If you were to win, they weigh you in park firmer and they go, hang on, you've lost a couple kilos. A couple kilos, that would be one hell of a shit, you know. Yeah, it's removing the sandbags, that's all it is. Alrighty then, so today is the season and game finale for Division 1. We have our mini championship confirmed. I'm going to be getting my TTs done after the stream today. Just remove the safety features. Yeah, Halo, what's that? Just unbolt that, chuck that to one side. How's everyone's day's been as well? As for me, I had to change the tire on my dad's car because he got a puncture. And it weren't repairable, so I did a 3 wee journey to work, I had to go price up the tyre for him, sell it, get paid for it and everything, to grab my tools as well, go back, take the tyre off. Ah, Floyd, alright. And then second journey, take the tyre there, put the new one on it, take the oil there, put the new tyre on, go back, slap it on, and then take the tools back on another journey. Took up 2.5 hours. Sorry, 3.5 hours. Started at 11:30. It's when we got in the car the first time and didn't get back till 3:30. It's all good. Numbers not massive at the moment. Voice chat disabled. Oh. Alright. My dinner's downstairs. Right, I'm gonna have to quickly go for dinner. I'll be back in like 5:10. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, sorry. I'll take my phone down so I can keep up with chat. But I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I'm ever so sorry for the long delay. That was, yeah. Quite filling dinner, so I thought I'd eat all of it. We've only got 10 cards, pardon me, out there today, so, oh dear, Kevin. Kasky on an outlap. Yellow flags are done. We'll get one flying lap from Kasky. We're only 10 in attendance today because the title is all set. All settled, all done. We're here purely for the vibes today. George on pole. Engine is very loud. Ah. Is this better if I just speak a little bit louder? Hang on, let me bring up the stream audio just so that I can see. I'll turn it down one tick in the game settings. It might just be yours, because I've been on 6 master volume for a while and it shouldn't have changed. Lazy gets a 5th place for illegal blocking. I think I was just being very quiet, Kevin. Alright. So 3 retirements, 1 DSQ from Floyd. On debut in the Hearts. Let's have a look at Kasky then. The champion on his flying lap at Suzuka. Will it be a Verstappen performance? As I realised there was a lot of mistakes made during the final stream or during Saudi Arabia. At the start of it, of calling Kasky the championship, doing the last sector, I said at the max one at this very corner. No, what Max did in this very corner, when I actually meant to say in this very car. Absolutely fluffed that one. Yeah, that's unlucky, Floyd. Hey, it'll be points either way. Check the flag, no flying lap set. And Kasky on a flying lap, purple in the middle. As he continues his charge. Ooh, very wide of the mark. And grass on the front left. There'll be another pole. P2. 10th off George. Fox is invalid. George is up by 5/10. So George looking to get his name at the top. One of our 3 champions in Div 1 on this game. 3 different champions. That shows you how competitive this league has been. Extends his gap at the front. Jaden looking to improve as well. What can the Haas do? As, I don't know. I'm at Div 3. I'm really not sure if I'm going to do it, to be quite honest. It's... yeah. If attendance is below 10, I won't do it. Because at the end of the day, I am taking an hour and a half of my life that could be doing other things. Of course, this is Div 1. Even if there's 5 people racing, I'd still do it. After this, I'm chilling the Red Bull VC, put my time trials in for the realistic league and go from there. I'll just do like 5 or 6 laps on each. Recovery drive incoming, says Kevin. Indeed. And that will be something exciting to watch throughout the race. As will be the fight between George and Kasky, as George Gets one of his first poles of the season. I believe he's had one or two before. And that's a refreshing relief for him, as he looks to round this game off a winner, which would mean he would have taken a win in every season he's competed in on this game. The only 3 to do that will be our 3 champions, George Kusky and Maz. Yeah, 4 people to overtake. 4 overtakes that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. As in the field again to congratulate the winner of Japan, the final Division 2 race on this game. Edvir is out there right now, living his best life. 1.5 seconds from pole, which he set in Division 2. Of course, the I don't know, thorn in Red Bull's side that race would be the best way of putting it. He hooked up his best race he's ever hooked up in HRA, pole and win, and ultimately clinched the title for Williams there and took it away from Red Bull. But overall, although Red Bull haven't got the constructors in Div 2, Div 3 still wide open for drivers and constructors. Actually no, I believe the constructors is wrapped up. Red Bull still may come home with 3. They've got 3 titles so far. They could have 4 and make that possibility of having 5, because they have, make that, well, no, they've got 4 right now. Let me start again. Got 4 right now. The double in Div 1, single in Div 2 being the drivers, and the overall constructors that they run 1 just after round 9. Thanks to the sheer might of the Red Bull machine. I'm going to chill on my phone till we get going here. I feel it's going to be a relaxed one today. And yeah, good luck everyone, have fun. Let's keep it clean, Kevin is saying. We'll unmute when we get going. Here we go then for the final race in Division 1 on this game, on this season. We are lights out and away we go. Seems like a good start from George. Indeed it is. Kusky is alongside though, and they look to challenge into turn 1. Indeed does. George runs a little wide and spins. George is gone. That's caused chaos further back. El Koch involved in it. Jaden involved in it. Quattro looks to hang around the back of the field. Yellow flags are out, and there is chaos. Absolute chaos. George has gone round, and that causes a little bit of chaos. Edvir as well dropping down the pack. There's no front wing on that McLaren from what I can tell. Indeed there isn't. Battling further up the field, Kevin has already fought his way past a couple cars, looking to make it a few more here in the mix. To the inside he goes of Lazy, who defends very late but goes deep on the brakes. Quattro to the inside. This may be the best action we saw race, and all boys action. Contact made here. This is where we saw A5 unravel due to contact with Raven. A racing incident there is what I was thinking, but oh my word, very, very close there. Kevin said, let's get a clean race. Famous last words. There's already been chaos and carnage. To the inside goes Lazy at 130R. What a move. It's very rare you see that. Now Kusky, now Quattro and Island battling side by side. Island drops 2 places in 2 corners after a fabulous 130 overtake and a bold overtake from Quattro heading into the final chicane. Bob's your uncle. Edvir and Koch into the pits, and George with a recovery drive to do. He went a little bit wide, maybe not enough temperature in the tyres, and binned it. So Kusky is left to lead the race by 4.7 seconds. Incredible margins that this man has had all season, and he looks to amaze us again. And the poetry of HRA. The last race of this game will be actually landing at Japan, as is the race weekend this weekend. I'm not sure if that was intended, but a nice little segue into the... Sorry, I could hear myself on stream sounding cringe saying, oh, the poetry. Let's not do that again with a Norfolk accent, or posh Norfolk accent, let's say. As Floyd gets passed by his teammate. Haas is sitting 7th and 8th, looking for a decent points haul today, as is Ironland, currently sits P5. Japan, typically a strong track for the Williams driver. Remember, he got a P5 here in Division, I want to say 1 a couple of seasons ago. And that was a performance that really put him on the map for this game, showed his level of improvement. While others though have grinded the game and gone well above the rest. Unfortunately, I know. Well, not unfortunately. He just seems to have his own little vibe and chilling, playing the game. So ultimately, it's just what it's all about. Having a bit of fun from time to time. Racing for the glory can leave you sad on the days when you don't get it, but racing for fun, well, racing is fun. There's your answer there. Speaking of racing being fun, you have to watch this. As there's a lot of drivers out of position right now as well, so I'd expect to see a little bit of chaos and carnage as Quattro on the back of Lazy, looking to get himself into P2. Of course, a mention that I'm going to put out and probably deep dive into throughout this race when we get boring periods is the dream team that these guys have had. They've won 10 out of 11 races. Pickleson, Lazy showing some good pace. Touchwood, indeed he is. Currently sits P3. There's clawing up to the back of Intronsic on the slower tyre. And looking to stick it with the top guys. Of course, bagged the podium a couple rounds ago. Lazy, in these past couple races, he's been anything but that. He has been quick, fast, and efficient in his ways of going about getting podiums, but that is a quick, fast and efficient way to need a change of undergarments and underwear. Lazy, well held there, but that will bring him into the grasps of Ironland, who may look to move up to P5. But Ironland has a certain driver behind it who seems to be really struggling with the rear end on that stuff, it must be said. For some reason, Pickle, I had it in my head that you'd be like a 12-year-old playing the game, but damn. Yeah. I'm not very good with children, they are too chaotic for me. I can deal with people with severe ADHD, autism, all that. I do count for people with disabilities, and some of the children, no, I cannot manage them. And 30 for Jesus Christ, man. To be fair, that's not bad, but like, it's good that you're sticking it with the young guns in Div 1 then. Yeah, this is, I'm going to try and put this a better way, a more mature league, to be honest. There's a lot of older guys here. It's a more grown up league, and that's why I think it has the vibe that it has. Everyone's just grown up, there's banter. There's no real arguing and fighting as George to the inside at 1 takes the position on Ironland, who's looking to fight side by side. Ironland, another one of the old dogs, showing that indeed in Div 1 you can teach an old dog new tricks. Yellow flags up ahead, that's a spin, that's Intronsic spinned it. Wow! This is a race of attrition, it would seem. No front wing on that car. So it is a Red Bull 1-2. Lazy back up to 3rd. We'll be mighty happy with that. I don't know how old Ironland is. I think he's late 20s, early 30s as well, but I have seen as we've got a bit of time to chill here with Quiet Race. They have Ironland to thank for me being here in the first place, because back in, gosh, I think it was August 2022 or November 2022, I was commentating on a league called League of South Africa that he races in, and he saw that I was decent in commentary, because I commentated on it, and he invited me to this and said they've got a tribute race coming up, and he didn't expect me to do it, but when the word tribute to someone who died in the league, you know, quite frankly, it was scuffed the night I did that commentary. I was at my mum's house, karting the next day in my own go-kart. It was like 9:30 at night, 9:30, 10:30 by the time it finished, something like that. But I had to go straight away afterwards. But I had my old Xbox I was streaming from. My old Xbox One. But I tell you what, it was a privilege to do that race, and the racing I saw then, oh yeah, I pitched an opinion or a suggestion in the suggestions channel that we do the first race on every game, just to break in the game as a whole tribute event, and I think that's gone down pretty well, from what I can tell back then, but I'll bring it back up in the commentators lounge and see if we can arrange that, because that would be nice. We haven't had a tribute race for Hulk in about a year and a half. There we go, just to remember him again, show what this league's become, that we are doing pretty damn good here as Ironland. Pretty damn good save there, got on the inside curve, which is an auto spin, which there aren't too many auto spin curves these days in F1 games, but if you ever played Championship Edition, whew, Jesus, I played that high on meds. I just had a bladder related operation done, let's say that much. Some camera operation that we won't go too far into, but and I was still high off the meds afterwards, and I was absolutely loving it. They weren't like painkiller meds, it was sleepy meds, so I was sort of like there but not there sort of thing, just playing F1 Championship Edition. I played F1 2010 before I had the thing, which was brilliant. What a game. No, it was F1 2012, so I remember the cars, yeah. Ducati fiction. No, they were in 2010. I don't know. The F1 Championship Edition, what a game. If the AI was updated on that and they re-released that, I think the league racing would be massive. Because that was one hell of a game. F1, I believe it was for the 2006 season. Really modernised an F1 game and what it could be. Then we had Codemasters with the F1 2009, they took over the game. Which was on the Wii. Imagine that, lack of force feedback. I've played F1 2009 on the Wii. It's an experience, but hey, you got Singapore slings. That's a little wide there for Edvir. Kuski continues to gap the field. George just settling into the groove. Expect the cars to be in about lap 10, 11ish. My mic just picked up that notification. Let me check a Reddit notification from Pop Culture Chat. No, it's a recommend. No, not gonna do it. George, the pole sitter, looking to recover this race. So far, he has kept Kuski sort of at bay in terms of position of where they are on the track, but of course that spin on that one did not help his race. All 10 cars still remain so far. We've got Intronsic up on the back of Edvir. Let's hang around for this one. Maybe we can see some racing action here at Suzuka to round out what has been a thoroughly enjoyable game cycle. For me personally, it's been the most rollercoaster year of all, but quite frankly, having this league here is let me get through sometimes, so big ups to HRA fan. Of course, sadly I missed half of season 2 on this game, but not much I could do there. Come back to witness the championship finale, where George took home a win that he so thoroughly deserved. And it might as well recap the seasons. I mean, this season has just been Kuski. 9 wins in the season, 7 in a row. Here comes Edvir. Intronsic on Edvir to the outside he goes. Gets the move done before 130R. Easy as you go. Jaden closing in on Rhineland and George closing in on Lazy as well. The two fights we may get to see very soon. But yeah, it's been Kuski all the way. Most thoroughly deserved championship. I was saying about this in Div 2, but I didn't think that he had it in season 1 of this game. I thought he was an incredible driver, but he was just playing second fiddle all the time to George that whole season from the get-go. But now I'm finding out that was his first league races, and he was performing at that level. There's so much natural talent behind that wheel. It is astounding. You know, if I didn't have my headache issue and could put in the hours that he could, I think he's a racer that I'd thoroughly enjoy driving with. Quite frankly, if we ever do a HRA IRL meetup, maybe one of the endurance races at Daytona Milton Keynes, as George has got past Lazy, Lazy has got passed by George. He looks to respond, but will not be able to. Down the main straight we go. Jaden and Ironman, fight that will happen pretty shortly. But yeah, I think if we ever do a HRE meeting up at I honestly, if anyone does go karting, I'd be happy to do an endurance race at Daytona Milton Keynes, because that would be a vibe. I know Intronsic does some karting of his own at my local track, which not to brag or anything, but I am like a 2.5 seconds quicker than him in that. Big dubs. Oh. Yeah. That would be pretty damn cool. So I've had some weird things like that where
Not sure if anyone's encountered him in a league, but Albini. I'd been driving with him for, I don't know, 6-7 months in a league that I'm in, and chatting to someone at my local youth go-kart track in real life. Turns out he hops in a VC one day, and on the whole, it is the same person. And so, that was one of the most surreal moments of my life, not to be quite honest. All of the millions of people in the UK who happens to be my age bracket go to my local go-karting track and be friends with me. As Jaden goes to the inside of Ironland, a sweet ass move from the Haas, moves up to P3 on the road but not on the net, as Quattro and George have dived into the pit lane. Yeah, that has got to be one of the most surreal moments. Just hopping in a VC, turning his mic on, and I'm like, I recognise that voice, and we steadily pieced it together. It's like, do you go to Kart Track Chroma? Do you go to the junior club? Joe? It was such a surreal moment. I'll never forget that. But it's weird with online mates in real life. Oh gosh, is wrestling that Williams right now in an attempt to claw to the back of Intronsic. Two drivers with quite similar pace. Might provide some racing action for us here as Ironland and Jaden will look to continue their fights. But yeah, this season has been dominant from Kusky. Last season, George took home the win by 1 point. He got the fastest lap in that race as well. And if Kusky had nabbed the fastest lap, it would have been a 2-point swing because he's taking the point away and adding it to his tally. On top. Oh, Ironland! That was not a reset to track. That was just the game saying, ha, you're resetting. That was for the style points, it would seem, from Ironland. Oh my good God. That is some scary stuff. I can confirm though, for stewarding point of view, that is not a reset to track. When you go backwards in pit entry in this game, it resets you to track. Oh boy. Because he's now got oh my God, I keep getting confused. Quattro closing to the back of him. He's gone right there. Run towards Degner. He backs out. Driving of incredible respect to Ironland. And I have nothing but that for him. Tumultuous career in HRA. Started in Div 1. Almost like A5 has done, and just sort of crumbled in the first couple of seasons. Fell down the order as quick as drivers come in. Less crumbled, more just fell down the order as quick as drivers come in. Found himself in Div 3, racing with Hulk himself. And then he sort of started to work his way back up the ladder and secured instant promotion to Div 1. I believe it was either end of last game or start of this game. He thoroughly deserved. I think an incredible driver. An incredible guy as well. But yeah, actually able to enter the pits this time. Let's see where he comes out. Koch has passed Intronsic here. You'd expect him to have a go back at him. Here we go into the chicane. Intronsic looking for the switchback maneuver on Koch, who still currently holds it. But heading down the main straight, here we go. Ironland will have a good view of this on pit exit. Here they come. Intronsic to the front. Koch and Ironland will give chase. Ironland will go to the end of them tyres. Koch and Intronsic will have to pit again. So we will see Ironland at the very least promote himself up into the top 7. Floyd will have to box as well. Jaden having to pit again. He was a driver who Ironland was fighting, of course. But Kusky is closing in on the back of Jaden here. He'll extend till about lap 17 when he'll pit for the soft tyre. Unless he's going to go box mediums now, but I'd not expect that really. But a reason why you don't see the hard tyre these days in F1 games at the top flight is just simply because tyre pressures. If you make the tyres work on the hards, they won't work on the softs. If you make... Oh my goodness me. Husky, man. You can't go doing moves like that. That is just ridiculous. I get 13 lap old hards compared to 2 lap old mediums, but my goodness me. Around the outside at 1, that is something special. This is something special. Ironland already closing up to the back of this fight. Here he comes, looking to the inside of his teammate, who he unfortunately hit last time round out in Saudi Arabia. Does no such thing this time. Moves his car up into P8. It's a strong race so far from Ironland. He's had the spin in there. But on them mediums, he is looking alive here in his attempts. And look at the closing speed on Intronsic. It's all over the back of him. Even looking to take that position there. In the S's, couldn't do it there. Into the 2 Degners, he's right up behind Intronsic. It goes wide on the curve, and Ironland says thank you very much. Moves up into P7. A strong race from the South African so far. Well, spin it, pit exit won't have been to his liking, but he may get himself ahead of Jaden due to the pit window. As Jaden into the pits. He might take the softs to the end, or he might go mediums, as I think he realistically should if he set them tyre pressures up for the mediums. And the softs, of course, we're calling. Yeah, on the mediums. Lovely, so he's going to cover off Ironland. He'll come out ahead of Ironland, well ahead of him. Got Floyd into the pits as well. That's another position that Iron will make up. Very nice. Kuski's retaken the lead then. Quattro's second. And George is third. Our very own Ham Bot Ver top 3. That's a throwback for F1 fans. We haven't seen it for years, but my word, we got used to it. Realistically, anything 2019, 2020 and 2021, if you had a top 3, if you put money on a top 3, you probably have made quite a lot if you bet that as the most common. Yeah, just a quiet point in the stream, nothing much to do, nothing much to say. We are just here for the vibes tonight. And to say farewell to this decent game for equal division racing here. Into the pits comes Koch. And that leaves us with no on-fight battles, so to be quite honest, I might mute up for a little bit. Because there's not much to do. Massive gaps across the whole field. This is the closest in Intronsic and Ironland, but you'd expect Ironland to keep pulling away from the Alpine driver. So I'll keep a close eye on the fight for now. On pit exit, Koch. We'll have Floyd a couple seconds up the road. I'll keep an eye on that. Here comes Jaden. On Lazy. A fight here. 4v4. Jaden's been closing in on Lazy for quite a while now. Looking to make it work. It's a snap of oversteer there. For Lazy. Backs up Jaden a little bit here. He goes, forcing him to take the outside line. Down the main straight. Jaden's move is up into P5. I might as well unroute the rest of the race and chill here. Brunswick and Ironland. That fight's starting to get close. I think Iron's made a mistake in there somewhere. That has invited Intronsic into the mix. Lazy was sticking with Jaden a little bit, but has since clocked out of the fight for the win. For the fight for P4, sorry. Oh, wide for Lazy. That's the cut the corner. Gets DRS because of it, but Jaden into the pits then. Not sure what this is for. Maybe a bit of an ego pit stop to get past his lap. Yeah, I'm not quite sure on this one. Ah, yeah, onto the soft. Get past his lap. Nick it from Quattro, who I still don't think has a single fastest lap this season. From Kusky, sorry, who I still don't think has a single fastest lap this season. Let me confirm that real quick. Oh, Kusky did get his fastest lap last time now. Lovely. The lift and coast from Lazy is starting to get ridiculous. This is why I don't like underfueling. It means you can't push. It means you're carrying different speeds into the entry of every single corner. So turn 1 you lift maybe a couple of meters before you did on the last lap. Means you're braking at a different point because you've got more or less speed. So not only does it disrupt your pace in general, but your flow. As you can see there, you had no idea where to brake. And ran wide, ran deep into the corner, would have cost him a couple tenths. Ultimately, it's not going to do anything. He's got 16 seconds in front and 14 and a half behind, so it will affect him. As here we go, scrap towards the end of the race. Some beautiful stuff here that we might see cooked up from Jaden as he looks to recover up into P5. No penalties so far out there for the drivers. Here comes Jaden. To the outside he goes, heading towards 130R. Will he brave it round the outside? Yes, he will. What a move from Jaden. Oh my word. To quote James Allen, that is one hell of a move there. Around the outside, 180 miles an hour. And he ducks to the inside of Ironland now as well. And Iron didn't even get any DRS on that, but he's going to look to pick up slipstream from Jaden. He'll be gone. Ironland's gone wide at the entry to the S's. Does good to collect it at the exit over the corner and not drop it, but Intrinsic's tyres starting to come of age compared to Ironland's mediums and settling into the groove. Koch into the pits, surely going to set a fastest lap there. Still sticking with Ironland. We will stick with this fight towards the end, but we will go to Tusky on the last lap. I've not got anything prepared, but I might as well see if I can pick up some creativity on the last lap of the race. As Edvir closing up to the back of Floyd. These guys will have Koch to worry about maybe in a couple laps time if he can catch up. Jaden gets a fast lap, 128.7. That is the benchmark that Koch has to beat, but he will have his tyres on peak for that first lap. As Intronsic takes to the front in the fight with Ironland. These two, both OGs. Indeed, Edvir looking to get some points for McLaren, who are one of the worst constructors on this game and this season. And we'll be looking for a revival in the next season. As he is right close to the back of Floyd. The leaders look to start the penultimate lap as well. Again, I'll cut to them for the last couple sectors of the race. George not going to get the win here today. At the end of it all though, it will mean that Tusky and Maz, the only drivers. Ooh, snap of oversteer for Intronsic. Koch is already closed up to the back of this fight and they're not even at Spoon. Or not even on the exit of Spoon. Here comes Koch. Down the main straight though will follow Ironland. Will he make the move on Intronsic? Has to look to the outside. Doesn't get it done quite there. Can't make the switch back in the S section. Here comes this little fight here. Oh! Rear lock up for Edveer, I think, there. Or a bit of netcode. He's taking the Latifi line. I cannot stick with this at the end of it all. These two chilling it out front. Will Crutchlow get his second win of the season here, or will it be 10 double digit? You know what, I guess for Kasky. Show goals. Yeah. Let Quattro pass for the championship. Nah, this season has just been something incredible from these boys. 1-2 right now, and that has been the story from them most of the season. Kasky on 9 wins so far, 7 in a row. Kevin himself, Quattro, got a win at Silverstone, and the only other driver to win a race was Maz when Kasky had a mistake of pit entry China. The only 2 races that anyone else has won this season have been when Kasky had COVID. The peak of it in China, he had an error, and in Silverstone he really was the cream of the field that day, but he's got a late race penalty. Clutch gets fastest lap. Here they come. They're going to go formation to the end here. As Quattro gets a time penalty, they've got to be careful to keep the 1-2 here. So here they go then. Quattro's let through to the front. It has been an incredible season, and they round it off with 10 wins in a season for Kasky. Incredible records that I was saying in Singapore we will never see broken. But that is a 100% now. No one will ever even have a sniffing of 10 wins in a single season, and 8 in a row. What a way to end off the game cycle. He lets Quattro win it on track. Boring race this Pintita, I'd agree, but you know what, it's not the way to we tend to race in HRA, but unfortunately limited numbers led to it being quite a boring one. Heinlein couldn't quite get Intronsic back at the end. Jaden just about couldn't trump Lazy at the end. Look how tight that was. 32 hundredths. Quattro as well with the time penalty beaten by George, but that is yet again another Red Bull win, another Kasky win. 10 in a season, 8 on the bounce. Just mind-boggling numbers realistically, and that is it for Division 1 action this season. It is sad to see it go truly, because Division 1 has given us some beautiful racing action from the chaotic season in Season 5, Season 1 on this game, with a 20-point deficit overturned in the last race. Truly the best race I think I've ever witnessed. League racing or real racing in general. It was just incredible. It was edge of the seat stuff. It was up there with when I was watching the 2019 German Grand Prix live. It's just incredible stuff. That race, and last season we went down to Austin. Championship decider. It's not gone down to a decider here. Kasky gets another win on the books, and means that he is one of just 2 drivers to get a win in every season on this game. He got, I believe, 2 in his first season, 3 last season, and he has gone far better than that. And this game has been 3-2-1 for Kasky. 3rd in his first season, 2nd in his second, and 1st in this one. And although a boring end to this game cycle for Division 1. The races that were incredible will live a long time in the memory. For me this season, race of the season was Singapore in Div 1. It don't get much better than it did. Not Singapore, sorry, Silverstone. That was an incredible race. Season before, I'm not really sure I went there, but again, my favourite season on this game cycle and my favourite race from it was the first season with Abu Dhabi. That's my closing thoughts, but quite frankly, not much else to say other than thank you for joining us. There might be a stream for Div 3, I'm really not sure. It just depends if I've got the time realistically. It's going to be quite a busy day for me Sunday, but I did say I'd do it if I could. So, if it's then, I'll see you, but if not, yeah. But thank you for joining us on this game. Again, I'll say at the end of every season, it's always an honour to be here. Always an honour to commentate on the level of racing that we've got here. The family atmosphere. Far more mature league, less crying and screaming about crashes, more being friends, being a whole unit. And racing onto the possibilities of the realistic championship that we have confirmation of. The mini realistic championship. And onto F1 24. It is, I think, a late May, early June release date, so we've still got a little while to go, so sadly it's going to be looking a good 4 or 5 month break for HRA here, which is 4 or 5 months, yeah, about that, because we want to wait a couple months into the game cycle before we get going, but I personally cannot wait. I'll be counting down the days. But for now, thank you for joining us this season and this game. And to the possibilities that lie, we will just have to wait and see. And I'll see you out on track in the realistic one. Have a good one, guys. Peace.